move to the speaker view. Move to the speaker view. Okay, fabulous. All right, everyone, a very warm welcome once again to all of us, and thank you for being here. And today's topic, just because we have to speak on a topic, and I have to keep thinking of things. Somebody suggested this topic about male and female energies, the yin and yang, how those two pieces make one complete piece. And they said, this is such a concept amongst everyone who wants to understand energies, the yin and the yang. How do they complete each other? This male energy, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and how do these work out, and what do we need to know about them, and how should we harness these kind of energies so as to feel more complete, etc., etc. So the story began like this, that I was a banker. I had no idea about this energy stuff. I had totally no idea that there is also something called energy healing. So when the guidance started to come to me, energy, and this is energy, and that is energy, and this is how you work in energy, and you do healings, this was all very new to me. I did not understand any of it. Anyways, I was guided to do a workshop. Somebody came in my workshop and they had been researching, reading about, reading about everything that came their way on energy for the past 5 to 7 years. That person kind of knew everything there was to know about energy, and she had been in it, and she had been reading about it and trying to bring it to her life and all, and that is precisely what brought her to my workshop as well. And so we finished the workshop, and she really loved the workshop. She did. And then after a few days, and then she would just sit me down and say, Meenal, you are masculine energy. In that part, I can understand that the body might be feminine, but the way the character is of, being a leader, being in a lead role, leading, blah, blah. And I can understand, okay, so this is the masculine energy. So she said, you are the masculine energy. You have no idea of what feminine energy is. And she said, I am the feminine energy. And there is really, you can't understand what I'm going through. You say that everything is energy, but you don't understand what energy is. You only play in that masculine side. And so that is what defines you. And you don't understand. You know nothing about being a feminine energy. Now, she'd been reading about it for 8, 10 years or as many years, and I had never even heard of divine masculine and divine feminine. Never ever heard of them. The only energy I had heard of was hydroelectric energy, thermal energy, atomic energy, etc., etc. So I had no clue what was being spoken about. And so I was like, that is true. Acha, what am I? Masculine energy. So I immediately went on to the Google and looked for masculine energy. And then I found there was all of this stuff about masculine energy. I totally tied into it. That seemed to be large part me. Then read about feminine energy, and it talked about vulnerability and stuff, which didn't really seem resonating with me. And I said, yeah, that also sounds right, that I'm not so much of feminine energy. So how would I know anything? Now, not knowing anything about this, and also not knowing anything about energy, and starting workshops not knowing anything, put me in a particular frequency. That frequency was lack. Oh, I don't know anything. I'm not even equipped to do these workshops, and yet this guidance is telling me to do these workshops. and I'm not equipped, and this is not enough, and I don't know enough. I need to know enough to be able to take the next step. So I sat in this space. Every time she would sit with me, she had attended my workshop. She'd loved my workshop, but every time now she would sit with me, she would show me more of the lack. She knew this, she knew that about the feminine and masculine energy, of which I knew nothing, no matter how much I would read. And the fun part was, I had been told in guidance not to read. So that was another problem. Can read a little bit, but cannot get into the topic, do not read the Bhagavad. Do not read this, do not read anything about energy, we will tell you. So I would sit asking, okay, what is it that I need to know about masculine, feminine? No answers coming. Nothing coming about yin and yang. And she seems to know everything that would make us complete. And I was clueless. Sat in lack for a few weeks, I think. And then one day, this answer came to me through somebody else. But guidance can come through so many other ways. And this woman had also been reading about energies, the masculine and the feminine, and how the two of them together bring balance. How the two of them together bring balance. The yin and the yang, balance. The masculine and the feminine, balance. So she told me, she said the two of them balance. But the balance is not what we understand as the balance. What we understand as 50-50 as the balance is a very, very limited view. This I totally understood. That, yeah, whatever we think is balance, 50-50 is balance, equality, for everyone, that is what we consider as balance. But really, is that the balance we get to see on earth? No. The earth is in its own state of balance, but the earth is in its own state of balance, which brings about the experiences we are meant to have on earth. If there's a place on earth which is with snow 24/7, 365 days of a year, that place which holds the snow is in balance. That place which is the ocean and has no snow, never gets to see any snow. It's not out of balance. It is still in balance, but it is in place in a different state of balance. But these two places are not imbalanced. They are not going to move towards each other to come to a place of equanimity that would just Switzerland hai, that will suddenly have, I don't know, ocean waves 6 months of a year, and then the ocean will suddenly have 6 months of of ice, snow during the year. That's not the way the balance works. The place, the entire earth is balanced in its own way. So this part I understood. And as a matter of fact, as soon as she said everything is balanced, I could see that, yeah, these oceans and whatever, that was the example that suddenly then dropped into me once I heard her say everything is already in balance. So what do I need to do to bring myself to balance? Only to understand that I am always in a state of balance. So how to understand that you are constant, whether you are angry or you are feeling so scared or whatever you are sitting in, that place has a balance. That place is balanced. You don't understand the balance. You want to bring a 50-50 of everything. You want to experience everything from your limited understanding of what balance looks like. But that is not the place of balance. So when she said to me, then when I sat down and understanding, this new understanding then came to me. This new understanding came that on days you hold the masculine energy. On the days that you are supposed to lead, you hold masculine energy. If your role, the role that you have picked for yourself in this life, if your role is to lead, then the balance is towards the masculine energies. And on the days with the masculine energy, but on the days that you are meant to, be vulnerable, or be compassionate and kind, those characteristics that belong to the feminine, the yin or the yang, this is the masculine, then the feminine, that which belongs, that softness, that caregiving properties of the feminine energy, when you are meant to do that, you will play that role in perfection too. On that day, automatically, your feminine side will come up. So, this woman who was telling me, no, you only understand the masculine because you are never feminine. And that was actually incorrect, because once I understood that that was only to bring me to a lack frequency. Knowledge, the minute you get into knowledge, and that is why I was guided from day one, do not read. Do not read anything. Because no matter how much knowledge you get into, is it ever enough? Is there always something that we can move more towards? More knowledge, never enough. We will never know everything about everything, no matter how much we read. So it's not about knowledge, but it is the knowing that completes us. The knowledge will always leave scope for more, scope for more. With knowledge, you will always continue to be the seeker. So then, how to come to this place of completeness? To know that you are complete. And so, in that place, the feminine, if that is needed today, that will happen automatically. Your energies know what is needed. And you don't have to be resisting your feminine side, you have to be allowing your feminine side. On the days that you have to stand up and make a leader position happen, on that day, if you do allow, if you allow, your energy already knows how to take that space. But what happens? Do we allow that easily? That's what we don't do. When we are sitting and we put ourselves into this bucket to say, I am this masculine energy, or I define myself by saying, I am so brave, I am so courageous, and that's all that I am all the times. Then, on the days that when I am supposed to act from kindness, that I'm supposed to act from compassion or show my compassionate side or even show my fearful side to someone, what will happen? I will immediately want to resist that, because I do not want people to be able to see that aspect of me. I have married myself too much on a certain kind of image, and I do not like that people should see me as somebody who's weak. But then look at it. You are out with people and you are this bold person. Now you're out with a little baby. With that little baby, are you going to be this really cute little self, or are you continue going to be a leader self shouting orders at the baby? It doesn't work. We already change depending on what is needed of us. But then there are situations that we think, no, I cannot show my vulnerability over here. And that cannot is what needs to be looked into. Why can you not be powerful? And then there are this other side of people constantly sitting in the victim state. So married they are to their victim state that when the powerful is shown to them that this too is you only, there is nobody outside, and you can be powerful and you can be a victim. You don't always have to be strong, but you can be strong when the hour is there, when the need is there. Your energy knows how to be strong. But then what do? No, we suppress it because we are fearful of strength. We are so sitting in our victim position that we are actually fearful of our strong side. When somebody strong is standing on the outside, are they really standing outside, or are they simply showing us our strong side? They are showing us our strong side now that we begin to understand energy. So when somebody is showing us our weak side or our strong side, and if we are resisting something, we are resisting that, no, I cannot have conflict. I do not like conflict. I cannot have conflict. So let me be, let me be quiet. Let me be meek. Let me be the victim. Let me be powerless. Then constantly somebody who is powerful will keep coming to show you that you are powerful. If the finger is on them, you will continue to think that they are powerful and I am not. But the minute the finger becomes on your own self, you will be able to understand that they are showing you your reflection. They are powerful. Yes, they are powerful. But the reflection, what is it that you see? You see power. Okay, then that too is a part of you. That is a side of you, and you need not be afraid of that side of you. You simply have to be in acceptance of that side and this side. Accepting of the male energy is you, and the female energy is also you. Where does your balance sit? Actually depends on the role that you have. So don't worry about it. It's a role in this life. Play it as it needs to be played. You might be the Switzerland with only, snow and ice, or you might be the ocean with waves, and that is all completely in balance. You're not out of. Deepa, can you please mute yourself? You are not out of balance just because you are not experiencing that other side. Please understand that in the energy space, we remind ourselves that we belong to a continuum of experiences. This life is a certain set of experiences. This life is not the be all and end all of all our experiences. It belongs to a very small segment. And so if this is the role that we have to play, and in this particular life, we have to be strong. Maybe 90% of the time we will be that. But it's not that we will not experience the other. We will. What we do with that experience, oh, I don't like being in that place. I don't like being vulnerable. Now that you don't just go by the body form, but you are able to look into the energy. Now that you're able to witness the energy, simply be able to remove the resistance towards that other side. And then you will find the complete balance exists not on a particular day, not in every moment, but in totality. When there is need to be, you will be the Shiva. And when there is need to be, you will be the Parvati, the mother, the feminine and the masculine. Whatever is the need, you are already both. You are already the sum total. There is no one on the outside that will complete you, but both your different kinds of energies, which you've now put into two different buckets. Do they really belong in buckets? Do energies belong in buckets? Do they transcend from one form to another? Absolutely. But then when we want to think about them, we put them in buckets. This is hard power. This is soft power. This is masculine. This is feminine. This is yin. This is yang. We put them into different buckets. But to understand that we are that one wholesome bucket, and all these character traits belong to us. To be exhibited maybe on one day and not to be exhibited on another day, that would be the role that we play in this particular life on any given day. So yin and yang, I am. The Ardhanarishwar that we talk about so many different times, because that talks about the complete self. On days this and on days that. But you are the Ardhanarishwar, you are the Shiva, the Shakti, the Parvati, everything all rolled into one at all times. In the body form, will all those actions play out simultaneously together? No. Today, if one is playing out, that is in balance. You don't have to do anything to put it in balance. You just have to understand that it is already playing out as per its balanced state. As per its balanced state. So, when I fully understood this, there was this really funny poem, and I have it in one of my notebooks, that poem. But the poem that came to me to explain how these two work, you know. And the poem that came was in Bhojpuri. Now, I do not know Bhojpuri enough to write it, but when Mani decides to give something in any language, well, he does that. So I do not remember the poem, by heart, but this is what the essence of the poem was. And it was hilarious. And I fell off the chair laughing because Mani described this entire scenario as भैंस, एक भैंस है और दो खेत हैं। तो मणि ने जो पोएट्री दी उसका एसेंस ये था कि एक भैंस है और उसका जहां दिल करता है, कभी इस खेत में, विच इज द मैस्कुलिन खेत, कभी वहां चली जाती है, चर लेती है, कभी वहां चली जाती है, चर लेती है और वहीं हग देती है। और फिर जब उसका मन करता है तो ये दूसरी तरफ चली जाती है और दूसरे फील्ड में जाके वहां की घास खा लेती है और वहां पे ही हक देती है। तो this was the whole this was the whole essence, but I understood that in the poetry that he was giving, the bhais was me. The bhais was me, and I was being shown that no, all of these fields, to the bhais there is no boundary. One field belongs to this and the other field belongs to that. But for the bhais, there is no boundary. It just simply goes wherever it needs to go. Whatever is needed, it likes that part better, it'll go there. It likes this part better, it'll go there. For the bhais, there is no boundary between this grass and that grass. It's simply going to consume whatever it wants and also going to give out whatever comes out of that. So from that space, it was so hilarious that I actually put that poem down on that group. When I was there in that group, I put that poem down on that group saying, I've understood about energies now. I understood this is how energies play out for us, and it's free for all of us. And this is the poem that I have received. Well, the girl got very offended and quit the group that very day. But I have understood how the energies operate. And so that is my understanding. And this is why I never talk about, in all of these places, I talk always about frequencies. Frequencies. When you are being vulnerable, when you are sitting on the feminine side and being vulnerable, is it really important as to what you are being? Because vulnerable is a quality of the feminine. Is that really important? Or is it much more important to see that as you are being vulnerable, what energy are you sitting in? What frequency? Do you like your vulnerable self, or are you sitting in judgment of your vulnerable self? Are you enjoying this vulnerable space, or are you hiding away in fear from it? If you are fearful of your vulnerable side, then that masculine, feminine has simply come over here to show you your frequencies towards that state. These are all characteristics. Characteristics are held by roles. We suddenly see that many people who've been, followers and very mild people and easy to get along with, some experience will happen to them, and now they will completely shift their side. They will become much more stronger, or whatever it is. They will be able to express themselves. They have changed their characteristic. And that's okay. But even then, when you change your characteristic, and people are like, I'm so proud that now I can speak so much more and I can express myself. And that's wonderfully fine that you can express yourself, because the expression was never really about what comes out of your mouth. The expression is already happening in your energy, even when you are not speaking. Your anger is already making its way to the other person in the energies, even though you might be sitting in a victim state and feeling angry and keeping quiet about it. But does that anger carry outside? Absolutely. Does your frustration carry to the outside and come back reflected at you all the time? Absolutely. So if you are going to be sitting saying, oh, I feel so good that now I speak my mind and I'm able to do this, and I'm so, again, look at it as to where you are coming from. What am I feeling? If you are doing all of this expressive self, from a place of separation. Oh, I used to be so mild and meek and never used to be able to speak a word. Well, your energies were already talking enough as there was to talk. However, now you might be talking and expressing, but earlier, when you were being meek, you came from separation. Now that you are speaking loud and clear in your own terms, on your own basis, in front of people, that's all right. Take a look. Is it still in separation? Or are you being able to speak from oneness? Because that separation is exactly the same. You might have worked on yourself to gather some courage, but the underlying separation still stays, and it will still keep taking you to more experiences of separation itself. Maybe with expression, but more experiences of the separation itself. I give you my own life example. I was never the quiet one. I mean, I was always somebody who would stand up and would be always the rebel. If somebody was trying to put me down, or if somebody was doing something that I thought was unfair, I would immediately raise my voice. I would immediately start fighting that person. I would start fighting, and I would do that in a very vocal manner, because that is the role this time that I play, the more masculine energy. So in the masculine energy, not being afraid comes a little bit more with that only. So I'm not afraid to raise my voice, to be heard by people. So I would constantly be in that space, making myself heard. I would be making myself heard while sitting where? While sitting in separation. When all of this journey started with me, one day Mani did say to me that, okay, it's all very good that you have created all of these battles and you've always won. I always won those battles because I was being fearless. And so, obviously, some more results towards fearlessness, some more results towards abundance will show up. So, sure enough, abundance was showing up, results were showing up all in my favor. And yet, Mani said to me one day, can you please drop these roses of victories that you're holding? Because even these victories that you're holding, these roses that you are so proud of, that I won this rose, I won that rose in this battlefield. All of these roses that you're proud of are coming from separation. They're all experiences of separation. The more you want to be victorious in a scenario, the more somebody has to lose. In oneness, there is no one losing and no one winning. In oneness, everything just is. Even when you win, but if it's in oneness, you really don't consider the win as a win. You consider that as just an experience. But when you otherwise win a battle with somebody that you've been fighting, or found your hand, found your voice, etc., etc., and now when you win, how proudly do you carry that rose? And I was carrying many such roses because I'd been fighting people and I'd been winning. And those were all my roses. Oh, this story, I fought, and then I finally won. And then I won. And then I won that one as well. And Mani said, can you please drop those roses? Because this is not in oneness. You sitting in the victim state, and now you sitting in the person who is powerful. But this power is coming from separation. I need to win, and they have to lose. And from that place, who's losing? Just another part of you. Who's winning? Just another part of you. So then, if you're going to sit on the winning side, nature by itself, energy, will keep showing you duality. And the second side of it as well, you win some and you lose some. So if you want to get away on a tangent as to what about winning and what about losing, it's just an experience. Now, it will not hold that deep an impact on you when you win, and definitely not hold any impact on you as you lose, because neither of them are here to stay. It's just an experience. And so that can only come from a place of oneness. So when you even speak about you coming into the male energy and being so proud of your male energy just because you sat in female energies all along, it's just you. It was there all the time. Both of them are you. You can sit in the male energies, move tomorrow, move midnight to female energies. It does not matter. Both of them, all of them are you only, and you are always already in balance. Even when you were in the victim state, you were at that balance. Yes, when you move to the powerful state, the balance will change, but it will be in balance. You don't need to do something to balance out your feminine and masculine, hard and soft. It is already happening if you allow it. If you allow it, it will bring you back into balance all by itself. That is my talk on the energies. Does anyone have question about this very theoretical topic of yin and yang? Anyone has a question for me? Let me see if there's anything on the chat. Arey, blank chat. Kya baat hai? Everybody understood everything. Super. Any questions? Anybody wants to speak? Anybody wants to share? Okay. Is anyone writing anything? If they are, I will wait if they put a hand out, but otherwise, let me move forward with the meditation. Okay, everyone, take a deep breath in. And exhale. And today, based on your agenda, you will take on this role of either the masculine or the feminine, just very simply based on the gender. And if you are the male, then you will be dancing today with Meenal. And if you're the female, then eyes closed, you will be dancing with Mani. So take a deep breath in and exhale. Your mind completely empty. And under your closed eyes, simply bringing forth Meenal or Mani today to dance this beautiful dance of oneness. This most amazing, coordinated, beautifully choreographed dance that you are going to have today with Mani, with Meenal. Imagine yourself in this dance already. The two of you are standing, looking into each other's eyes, ready for this dance of togetherness. If you are with Mani, Mani is looking at you, holding you so gently in his gaze. If you are with Meenal, Meenal looking back at you with so much fun, masti in her eyes. And as the dance begins, slowly first, you begin to waltz very slowly, very gently, simply looking into each other's eyes, taking in all of the properties of that other into you, just as giving out all of your properties to the other. The two of you becoming one in this dance, in this waltz, as you take a large circle round and round the room. As you move around, imagine you circumambulating the earth. The earth is in the center, and you and money, or you and Meena. You are going round this beautiful earth, moving round the earth, having this playful dance with each other. As you both look towards the earth, you can see the play of your energies on this entire vast planet. Your energies are enveloping the entire earth as you go round and round the earth, dancing so gleefully, so happily, holding hands with Mani or Meena. Can you see the joy in this moment of playing in these energies of perfect music? This music being in complete balance, holding the right notes for you to glide through your journey round and round the earth. All your energies with Meenal and all your energies with Mani are completely perfect, perfectly met, perfectly balanced, perfectly integrated into each other. The perfect steps you know, and the perfect steps are coming forward from your partner as well. And this beautiful dance where you have eyes only for each other, and every now and then you are aware that this is your energy that is circling around the earth and creating this beautiful energy that is enveloping the earth. Your energies of joy, not just for you, but for each and every space on earth. And this is your power to be able to go around the earth so beautifully, to be able to integrate with Mani, to be able to integrate with Meenal so perfectly, and to create this joyous mix of energies for each other and for everyone around you. Now notice there are others dancing. You can see people that you know, people that you are related to, people that you are friends with, each of them also holding their perfect partner, either Mani or Meena, and they are all dancing with you, around you. Together, each of these aware dance movements, aware dance movements, is creating a new frequency of joy, a higher frequency of masti amongst all of you. As you slowly release your partner's hand, you put out both your hands together. You put out your hands and you see that each one that you know is coming around you and holding your hand and more hands and forming a beautiful large circle of love. This is your expanded state of love. There is no one but you, but all of these people around you are all about your love being received by you. Hold the hands of people around you. Experience this oneness. Take a deep breath in to take in this oneness. And now, whoever you were dancing with, know that they are you. So I am Mani, and I am Meenal. I am Meenal. Knowing that at any point in time, their properties and your properties are together in you. There is no one on the outside. You are Mani. You are Meena. With this expanded state of consciousness, knowing that it is simply a dance at all times, a dance of energies in this state, a dance of energies in that state. Sometimes a difficult move, sometimes an easy glide, sometimes in the hard form, sometimes soft, sometimes a masculine play, and sometimes a feminine. But the dance is happening at all times within you, between both these energies of yours. With this expanded state of consciousness, simply put all your focus on the heart, on your heart, and take a deep breath in. Take a deep, deep breath in. I am Mani. I am Meenal. I am the frequency of Mani, Meenal. I am the frequency of Mani, Meenal. Center this line in your heart. I am the frequency of Mani, Meenal. Taking all the space right now that is available in your heart and feeling this expansion of the heart in such a beautiful way. You are all there is. You are Mani. You are Meenal. The entire universe existing inside of you, balanced completely as the feminine and the masculine. I am Ardhanarishwar. Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. Okay, everyone. That be the meditation for today. I hope you enjoyed the dance. Lots and lots of love.
It was stunning.
Thank you, Minal.
All right, everyone. Lots and lots of love.
Lots of love, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Om Mani Ma.